Namaste, Jai Bharat. This is especially after Operation Sindoor. Pakistan has increased the honey traps in Bharat. On a normal course, the citizens of Bharat have got high moral standards because we are conscious about dharma and family values. Kutumba, family, is a base concept of the structure, our Sanskriti, our culture, of course. And morality is not lack of opportunity in such situations. Morality is built in. We ourselves know that this is inappropriate for me to do because we are fundamentally family people and family relations we maintain. In order to maintain family relations, we have to maintain personal relations to others clean without any stain. But this is not always the case. I'm talking about the vast majority people in Bharat are they have high moral standards. This, of course, I would speak with confidently that people in Bharat, for them, morality is not lack of opportunity. Morality is based on dharma, which is self-imposition. And on a routine case of existence, under the routine Sanskriti of existence, under the routine belonging of the Kutumb, somebody wouldn't even think of doing something which is inappropriate. And this, of course, comes the question of sexual discipline to begin with. And I would I would proudly say that people of my nation, people who belong to the Hindu Dharma, are very highly sexually disciplined on an average, or the majority people. So the honey trap kind of things don't work like fire in Bharat, but then there will always be people whom we should consider as exceptions who get trapped in honey trap, in honey, through honey, and into honey. And this, of course, the spy networks all over the world would do it. But in case of Pakistan, honey trap is not necessary, money trap is more than enough. They can easily be bought. They can be purchased. All, their top to bottom, everyone can be purchased. So mostly people do that. But since it is not that easy for someone to buy, purchase, someone with this kind of weakness is identified, and honey traps used to be. And Pakistan's one way of getting people of Bharat to act according to their wish used to be this honey trap, not money trap mostly. It was honey trap. But after Operation Sindoor, this honey trap is in the increase. Many senior people are reportedly getting into this, and of course, obviously getting into trouble. That's a self-destruction if they are caught. If you are caught, the self-destruction is not just from penal code. Just it's not simply the case that Bharat punishes you, our laws punish you. Of course, that's there, but then you are punished by your family. That is a serious thing. For a person, a Hindu who lives in this nation, if you get into inappropriate actions, your family is not going to support you. Your family is not going to support you. Your family will, to the extent, disown you because they don't want to carry the shame of someone who's a adharmi. You know, Maharshi Vatmiki, whose Purvashram name was Ratnakara, used to steal, loot people and root. He was a thug. And when some sannyasis caught him, asked, "Why do you steal from people?" The sannyasis, Bharatiya sannyasis. Then he says, "I'm doing it to feed my wife and children." Then they asked him this question: Do you think it's inappropriate? It's papa. Of course, papa is roughly translated as sin into English, but papa is not sin. Sin is an entirely different concept. Papa, are you not behaving inappropriately? It's Papa. Then he says, yes, it is Papa. Do you think, the question of sannyasis, do you think that your wife, children, they will share this Papa with you? Your mistakes, the punishments of mistake, will they share? Then he says, obviously they will have to share. I am doing it for them. Then the sannyasi said, you believe us. You believe us, we'll stand here. You go back to wherever you leave your house and ask your wife the same question which we asked you, and come back to us with your reply. He goes back to his house. This is Ratnakara. He was a thug. Ratnakara gets back to his wife and he's asking the same questions which the sannyasi is asked, and she says, no, why, how would we share your mistakes? We can't. You are providing us because it's your manner. It's your job to, as a husband, to look after the family. You are supposed to provide. You are a provider of the family, so you bring it. And why, if you go to inappropriate means, wrong means to provide for us, it's your mistake. It's your inability to conduct yourselves in the righteous manner. So we can't share the papa of your actions. Then he comes back to the sannyasi and tell that you are right. They won't share. Then he changes himself at that spot. Then he is telling them, I would also be a sannyasi, and he renounces the world. He goes and sits in meditation. The person was largely ignorant. Normally, the sannyasis are supposed to be scholars to great extent. Then he sits there and he just meditated in a very, whatever little thing which these sannyasis told. And his meditation was so intense that termites build house around him. That's called Valmika in Sanskrit language. So from that, Nagara becomes Valmiki Maharshi, and who later wrote Ramayana, supposed to have legendary Ramayana. And when he comes out of his Valmika after 12 years of meditation, he finds a Nishada, a person, a forest dweller, sending arrow and killing one of the pair birds, and the other croucher bird who was shaken by the death of its pair, was, let's say, crying. So then when Valmiki sees this, he was trying to tell that Nishada, the forest dweller, don't do it, ma Nishada, he was trying to say. And by the time he already sent the arrow and the bird falls down dead. And that saying, the Nishada was burned, because that kind of power through meditation he had already acquired with them. And of course, later he writes Ramayana, etc. So that's the story. So the dharma works within the minds of Hindus. So it's not that easy to get a Hindu derailed into money or this thing, that thing. But many people with this kind of weaknesses can fall for honey traps. But in general, the family gives you sexual discipline right from childhood through acharanas, through your existence, through our sanskara. But then this isn't the increase. Pakistan therefore is multiplying their honey traps through many ways, through a lot of porn media, this thing, that thing. These things exist, but I'm not very sure of it. But then this is the narrative that comes to the mind. Self-imposed discipline is there with the Hindus, so total destruction is not possible at all, 100% sure. But then there will always be people who are off the line or far off the line, who would deviate the tradition, who deviate into mistakes, and they are susceptible to these kind of things. So this is the case with Pakistan. They will do anything and everything. This is the kind of warfare which they can fight today, and they are at it. Let's be conscious about it. Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Shri Ram.